What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this video, we have India becomes one of only 4 nations with these 9 advanced capabilities. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and let's find out what these capabilities are. And I'm assuming the other 3 nations are probably going to be China, the US, China, and Russia.
India's rise on the global stage has often been underestimated. But behind the headlines and military parades is a truth that surprises even seasoned observers. India now holds 9 unique capabilities that only a handful of countries on Earth can claim. These are not just ceremonial milestones. They are game-changing strengths that transform India from a regional force into a true global player. So what exactly are these 9 powers? Capability 1. Nuclear Triad. Most countries with nuclear weapons can launch them only from land. A very few can do so from the air and the sea as well. India is one of those few. This combination is called a nuclear triad. It means that even if India were attacked and its land-based missiles destroyed, it could still launch nuclear weapons from submarines hidden deep in the ocean or from aircraft in the sky. The Arihant-class nuclear submarines, armed with K-series missiles, combine with Agni 5 intercontinental ballistic missiles and nuclear-capable aircraft to give India a guaranteed second strike capability. United States, Russia, China, France, and the United Kingdom are the remaining countries which have this capability. Capability 2. Hypersonic weapons missiles that fly at 5 times the speed of sound are called hypersonic. They are nearly impossible to intercept.
5 times the speed of sound. Like, that is insane. 5 times the speed of sound is not even, I can't even compute that. Like, in my head, I can't compute that kind of speed.
Because they move too fast for existing air defense systems. India is developing multiple systems here, like the Shaurya missile, a super-fast missile already in service that can travel more than 7 times the speed of sound and reach about 800 kilometers distance. Then there's ET-LDHCM, still being tested, which is designed to go about 8 times the speed of sound and strike targets around 1,500 kilometers away. LRASH-M.
India, God damn. Louise, bro. I mean, next, I feel like y'all gonna be working on a missile that transports to its target.
An anti-ship missile in development is even faster, up to 10 times the speed of sound, also with about 1,500 kilometers range. BrahMos 2, planned with Russia, is another hypersonic missile expected to have similar speed and range. These developments place India alongside the top hypersonic powers. United States, Russia, and China are the remaining countries which have this capability.
I figured.
Capability 3. Anti-satellite weapons. In 2019, India shocked the world with Mission Shakti. Using a ground-launched missile, India destroyed one of its own satellites in low Earth orbit. This put India in the rare company of the US, Russia, and China, the only countries to demonstrate this capability. Why does it matter? Modern wars rely heavily on satellites for communication, navigation, and spying. If India can destroy satellites, it can blind an enemy's entire war effort in space.
And at that point,
Capability 4.
Yeah, you blind somebody's war effort. You take away that satellite, they're cooked. Whoever you're fighting with are cooked, because information is the #1 weapon at any army's disposal. And without that, you're cooked.
Aircraft carrier builder. Aircraft carriers are floating cities, massive warships that carry fighter jets and helicopters into battle. Very few nations can design and build them on their own. With INS Vikrant, India joined this exclusive group. Built entirely in India and commissioned in September 2022 after years of construction that began in 2009, Vikrant gives the Navy the ability to project power across the Indian Ocean and beyond. India currently has 2 aircraft carriers, INS Vikramaditya and INS Vikrant, and plans are in discussion for a third in the coming years. This is vital because control of sea lanes often decides the outcome of conflicts in Asia. Capability 5.
I would say that's insane from a sense of like how long these things take to build. But when you think about like everything, of course you gotta come up with the blueprints. You gotta figure out any flaws in those, fix them. You gotta start working on the designs. You gotta test every time that you make a part to make sure that it's functioning correctly. You gotta put everything together perfectly. Then you gotta test and test and test until you are 100% absolutely sure that this is going to work. Which I feel like would take all that time.
Fifth generation stealth fighter program. Fifth generation fighters combine stealth, speed, advanced avionics, and powerful engines. India's Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft (AMCA) program aims to create such a jet. Developed with indigenous technology and a new engine program with France's Safran, AMCA will let India match fighters like the American F-35 and Russian Su-57. If successful, it will mark a leap into the most advanced tier of air combat. Capability 6. AI-driven drones and anti-drone systems. Modern warfare is shifting toward unmanned systems.
Yes.
India is developing AI-powered drones like Rudrastra that can autonomously identify and strike enemy targets. At the same time, India has created Bhargavastra, a counter-drone system that fires micro-missiles to take down hostile drones.
Really?
These technologies reduce the risk to human soldiers and prepare India for future wars where machines fight machines. United States, Israel, China, and Russia are the remaining countries which have this capability. Capability 7.
That's quantum. Modern warfare is definitely shifting, but that's what. Yeah, and it definitely is going towards unmanned vehicles. But just our innovation into artificial intelligence is like it's scary. Like how much we're using that for so much stuff. It feels like everything's gonna have AI at a certain point, and it just I I don't know what that world's going to look like. I will say I do get excited by when technology has so much capabilities, but I don't know what this world will look like in the next decade or so.
Communication. Normally, military messages can be stolen or hacked. Quantum communication fixes this by making messages impossible to copy without being noticed. In simple words, India tested a system in 2023 where 2 army bases and a satellite shared a secret code made of light particles. If anyone tries to listen in, the system immediately knows and blocks them. This means orders sent to soldiers during war can stay 100% secret. United States and China are the remaining countries which have this capability.
Not even right.
Capability 8. Moon, Mars, and Sun missions. Space exploration is not just about prestige. It has strategic uses for navigation, mapping, and communication. India's Chandrayaan-3 mission landed on the Moon's South Pole in 2023, a feat no other country had achieved before.
Insane.
Earlier, India had already made history with the Mangalyaan mission in 2014, becoming the first Asian nation to reach Mars orbit, and doing so in its very first attempt at a fraction of the cost of other space powers.
Yep.
Soon after, the Aditya L1 mission was launched to study the Sun. Together, these missions put India into a tiny club of space powers capable of interplanetary exploration. United States, Russia, China, Japan, and the European Union are the remaining countries which have this capability. Capability 9. Advanced Airborne Surveillance, AWACS. Airborne Warning and Control Systems, or AWACS, act as flying radars. They can see far beyond normal ground radars and track enemy aircraft or missiles hundreds of kilometers away. This early warning lets friendly fighters take off and intercept threats before they even come close. India's upcoming Netra AWACS will have a 360-degree radar sweep over 400 kilometers, matching the high-end systems fielded by the US and Russia. This is a big deal because very few countries can put such advanced radar on aircraft. It requires cutting-edge sensors, massive computing power, and specialized aircraft. Having this means India can coordinate air battles almost in real time and defend its skies more effectively than most countries in the world. United States, Russia, China, United Kingdom, and France are the remaining countries which have this capability. When you piece these capabilities together, nuclear triad, hypersonic weapons, space dominance, aircraft carriers, stealth jets, AI drones, quantum encryption, lunar missions, and AWACS, the picture becomes clear. India is no longer aspiring to join the elite club of superpowers. It is already inside.
I completely agree that India definitely is already inside that elite club of superpowers. They are in that top 4. You have US, China, Russia, and India. And India now has those military capabilities and are continuing to rise. And as their economy rises and the country has more money will go to defenses, and defense spending will go up, and they will be able to innovate more and get more weapons and create more. And especially once they get it, like I know they're wanting to get to a point where everything is made in India. So now you're not having to pay export cost or import costs for these weapons. You're not having to pay higher prices from buying them from another country. Now you're making them, and then after you become self reliant, you want to become one of the bigger exporters, or already an exporter of weapons. But once they're self reliant, I feel like India's weapons are going to be out. The quality is going to be with the top countries, but the price is going to be lower, and so a lot of countries are going to turn to India. That's all we have. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. Check out the next. I'll see y'all next time.